Hello, and welcome back to the Overcomer podcast. As you can see, if you are a person that is watching on YouTube, you see that my guest is my beautiful wife, Ellie, and she has agreed to do a part 2. And this time, which is so funny, I just thought of, I didn't have to bribe you with Dairy Queen, which that was the last podcast. And we did get Dairy Queen last time, didn't we?
We did.
And it was all right.
It wasn't good. But that's okay.
It's just our luck.
It's okay.
But all good. But so we wanted to do a part 2. The first one was just kind of, fun and cute, some might say. But a little bit background of you and then background on us. Very lighthearted. And then afterwards, it's like it came to us and it was like, wow, there's something that we could really talk about. And we didn't. So we're like, all right, we got to do a part 2. So this is it. Today, we've already gotten to your background, and so now we're going to be walking into a season of life that is us, but mainly you. So if you just want to get started into it, and we'll follow along on the timeline.
So I decided in probably junior year of high school, I think is when I kind of started getting serious about it, to pursue a career in nursing. And I had some really good friends who helped me and encouraged me and gave me lots of tips throughout that. And I'm going to shout them out because I don't think they'll mind. That was Sarah Lewis and Kody Dukes, now Lugat, the newly married Mrs. Lugat. They really encouraged me to kind of get my foot in the door and start working, just doing something like patient sitting, something that they both did in school. And so I got a job in November 2020, patient sitting.
And how much did you love that job?
I loved it not even a little bit. I learned so much in that job.
Yeah.
I learned so much, and I'm very grateful. But it was not my favorite job in the world. It was very hard some days.
Can you kind of describe what that job entailed and all the glory?
So my actual title was Behavioral Health Safety Attendant. So basically any patient that could not be left by themselves when it was not safe for them or others, basically I had to sit in the room with them, could not leave unless someone else took my place. And that could look like anything from a little sweet grandma with dementia to a overdosed alcoholic or someone who overdosed on drugs or something and was going through withdrawal and was literally in 4-point restraints chained to a bed, and I'm trying to just avoid being spit on or punched or something. It is pretty rough, pretty rough situations. I got to have some great conversations with people and learn a lot about working with some lost souls, but it was very hard. But that's how I got my foot in the door, working in healthcare. So I started there. And then in 2020, I started in the fall semester. So I did a year of prerequisites, so fall semester, spring semester. And I got all of those taken care of, plus one bonus prerequisite I didn't know I needed. So I took that in the summer. And then in spring of 2021, I applied to School of Nursing and I was accepted into their program. I was very excited because I didn't know what I was doing. And so I didn't know if I'd be accepted or not. I know that it's a very small school, so I didn't know how competitive it would be, but so very grateful I was accepted. Of course, we get all of these packets that come in the mail, and one of them was the health requirements for school nursing, so different vaccinations and immunizations that we needed to get. And mind you, of course, like this is 2020 into 2021, this is peak COVID time. So one of the health requirements that I was not anticipating was they were requiring all students to get the COVID vaccine. And I just want to put this out there that this is completely my conviction, our conviction as a couple. I do not say that this is the only way there is and that there's no other way. Like you have to go off of what the Lord tells you, of course. But this was our personal conviction. I was not going to get the vaccine. We did not agree with it and did not agree that it was the right choice for us. And
we saw that we're both very young, healthy, and of course, any kind of risk or anything that is not tested to the extent that a lot of different vaccines, and it was still very new. And like, we know anything, we don't. We're just a couple of kids that just got married. But also thinking about future family, just in case we heard some not beneficial things leading to it. So, yeah.
Yeah, so we were engaged at this point, and so we had to have those hard conversations because initially I just thought, of course, like, well, they're requiring it. Like, this is my only option. I can't fight this. Like, I have to get it. Like, and so I was wrestling with that and praying about it and just trying to see, like, well, I don't really have peace about this. I don't think this is right for them to force me to get this vaccine. And Kody was very much so. I'm very grateful for people that spoke into my life and just encouraged me, like, hey, there's got to be other options. Like, this isn't live or die. Like, you need to stand up for what you believe in. So I talked to some people, and of course we just kept praying, and I found out that there was such a thing as a religious exemption. So in summer of 2021, I applied for that religious exemption, and I eventually had to do it not only as a student, potential student, but I had to do it as an employee as well. So I had to apply for that as they were my employers. And I think it was like 2 weeks before school was supposed to start that I finally got notified that they accepted my exemption, if I'm remembering that correctly. Which was wild because, of course, there's all these preparations I had to do, these things I had to buy, different things that had to be done in preparation, and it was not cheap. It was pricey. So I was really having to do it just in a step of faith. We were doing it in a step of faith that, Lord, if you want me to be in nursing school, you're going to make a way and you're going to get that religious exemption accepted. And so I was accepted. And it was under the terms that I would have to undergo weekly COVID testing and submit them to Employee Health, which was fun in itself. There were many times when, I'm a student in nursing school. We're engaged, but also when we were married, just trying to find a way to get those COVID testing sites every week and to make sure I submitted them could be very stressful.
Yeah.
But we did that. So before school started, the director of the School of Nursing wanted to have a meeting with me, and without going into the details of everything that was said, I basically was just kind of questioned, like, why don't you get it? Like, what are you worried about? And like, everyone else is getting it. Everyone else is fine with it. So why aren't you? And I just explained to her our conviction. Like, I'm a Christian, and I believe that if God's not giving me peace about something, like, there's a reason for that. So I have to do what is right on my faith and for my family, because I don't trust a vaccine that hasn't been really thoroughly tested. Or I'm thinking of my future family, and I'm just can't do it. And so she said, okay, well, we'll just revisit this in the before spring semester, because she did, I will say this to her benefit, she did let me know in advance, like, there might come a time that clinical sites won't accept you because you don't have the vaccine, and that could, you can't miss like any nursing school time, like, you can't miss anything really. You can easily get taken out of the program for that. So that said, I went to my fall semester of nursing school, and I ended up passing with a 90% in theory and a satisfactory in clinical. My first year, I think that was both semesters that I passed with that. But it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. And it was also one of the best things I've ever done. I learned so much, and it was really a great experience for me. And then the following year, 2022, of course, like we got married in January on my winter break. And then I went through spring semester of nursing school. And at that point, things seemed kind of like they were calming down a little bit. I didn't have to go through weekly testing anymore. It seemed like things were kind of just mellowing out. And I got through that spring semester and I was like, okay, first year done, one more to go. It's a 2-year diploma program. So after that, those 2 years of school, I should have been able to sit for my boards and obtain my RN license. So after I got through the spring semester, that's when I got notified from the director of the School of Nursing that there, like she said before, there were clinical sites that were not going to accept me. She listed the ones that weren't going to take me because of the vaccine and then not being vaccinated. I was one of 2 in my class that did not get the vaccine. And at first it was great because I was like, thank God I'm not alone. Like, this is a good thing. They can't just single me out. Yeah. And unfortunately, the student that had also not been vaccinated decided to just go ahead and get it because she didn't see another option. So then I was alone in my decision. So after she let me know, of course, about the places that wouldn't take me, I decided, well, I don't know what else I can do except I'm just going to reach out to these places and see if there's anything I can do. If they have a religious exemption for them, maybe I can apply for. So I applied to these 2 clinical, like I tried to call these 2 clinical sites and get a hold of somebody. And it took me a while, but one of them I did get a hold of someone and I was able to talk to her about it. And she was like, no, like that's not true for us. Like we can absolutely offer you a religious accommodation. Like that's, yeah. So you just need to talk to this person and it'll be fine. So I was like, great. Okay, awesome. So that's one down, one to go. I tried to get a hold of the other site and I really couldn't get a hold of anyone there. I finally did talk to someone and they weren't the person I needed to talk to. But this person did reach out to my school leadership and said, hey, you guys have a student who's trying to ask about the vaccine, and it all just went downhill from there. I ended up getting a very, I'll say a disappointing email from one of my instructors who reprimanded me for breaking the chain of command and all these, she said a lot of things, but basically she was reprimanding me for trying to reach out to these sites and get this information, even though there was nothing in the student handbook that said I couldn't do that. No one had ever told me. I didn't know. And up until that point, it had been my job to figure out everything about this religious accommodation and about the COVID vaccine. Like, it was all up to me. Yeah. So I was being proactive. And I got in trouble with them for that. So, of course, I had a wonderful person that I won't say her name because I didn't ask if I could, but someone very dear to our hearts helped me a lot through all of this. And she helped me write emails. She helped me be professional and handle these things with grace and poise. So she helped me write an email back to my instructor and apologizing for my actions, not realizing what I had done, but also making known, you guys told me that these people wouldn't take me, these sites wouldn't take me, and one of them said otherwise. So there's things aren't lining up here. So what can we do? So after some back and forth between me and leadership and just trying to figure out, is there any option? Can I do alternative clinical experiences? Like, we have a whole simulation room. Can I do simulation experiences? Something. I even I went as far as say I was a good student. I did really well in your classes. I'm respectful. Help me succeed here. We need nurses. Help me succeed here. Yeah. And it finally came to just having a final meeting with the director of the School of Nursing. And I was like, is there anything we can do? Like, legal precedent has been set about these things. I mean, there are people all over the place trying to fight this. And I was just basically told, like, you're no different than anyone in your class. We're not going to make exceptions for you. This is our standard, our accreditations, as we can kind of do what we want, basically. And we're not making exceptions for you. So I let them know I was disappointed. I applied for a leave of absence and just tried to bide my time working, trying to figure out what I could do. This lovely person who helped me throughout all of this helped me write an appeal to Human Resources, because that was like my last hurrah. Like, this is my last chance. So we sent this appeal to Human Resources and to the CEO. And my response from Human Resources was, I can't do anything about it. Like, this is it. So that email, that appeal, I did that in April 2023. So in that time of just waiting and trying to figure out what I could do, I was thinking about other nursing programs. And just after a lot of time and prayer and just trying to figure out what to do, just decided, I think we're done fighting. I think that this is the Lord, like, for whatever reason, whether it's protection for me or for someone else, I don't know, but I'm not meant to keep going. And so that was a very hard decision to come to. I'd done all this work, my credits at school, all of that whole year, I couldn't use those credits anywhere else. I would have had to start all over. And we were young and married and just trying to figure out life, and it just didn't make sense and didn't feel peace about it. Just felt like the Lord kind of just was like, okay, you can be done now. So that's my story of my experience.
Man. Wasn't too fun.
No, it wasn't.
And of course, I could only just see it just from the outside looking in, because of course you're the one that has to do all the work, has to do all the appeals, write to people in the class with the people that might talk not so nice to you, sit by the people that don't agree with you. But throughout it, I was so proud that you still went, you still did it. I mean, for that full year, it was just, that was your life.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really a whole lot more that you could do just because so much went into it. Which, of course, if you want to be a nurse, and I pray that all nursing classes are like that, because, I mean, if someone's going to take care of somebody, they need to have that. So I really appreciated that. I want to back up a little bit to when you felt like the Lord was pushing you to become a nurse. How did the Lord show you that? How did you come to that thing of, I think this is what the Lord wants me to do?
I had met, so it's funny because the person who helped me with the appeals and the emails and all the things, I met with her, I think, when I was like a junior in high school, and talked to her about, because she's very wise, and I value her opinion and her wisdom a lot. But I met with her and I was talking to her about different career options for me and different things, and she kind of just was like, what about nursing? And I never really considered it. I was like, I might want to be like in the vet field, or like, ironically, in the hairstyling field, which is where I am now. But I just hadn't really considered it. And when she brought it up to me, I thought a lot about it, and it's like, it is a great option for job security, because they always need nurses. Like, that's never going to go away. And I just thought about, like, can I do this? Can I do this and love this? And the more I thought about it, looked into it, and then by the time I started my prerequisites and my classes, I was all in for it. I really felt so strongly like, yeah, this is what the Lord wants me to do. It just felt, I don't really know how to describe it. Like, he didn't.
You had a peace about it.
I did. I had a peace about it. And the more I was walking down this road, the more excited I got about it.
Yeah.
I was I loved it. I loved it. I still love it.
And then, of course, you becoming a sitter. We can kind of just go into that. I remember you, of course, we were engaged at the time. And so you'd come home, or depending on what time it was or whatever, or I would take you to work if you're doing like an all night or whatever it is. But you telling me different stories.
True.
And people who are in that profession and that job, I believe you do have to be called to it.
Yep.
I do know so many or I don't know them personally, but I've seen nurses whenever I've gone to a hospital, and you can hear kind of how they talk and everything, and you're like, oof, I don't know if you might just be here for the money, unfortunately. That's kind of a hard truth. But
Yeah.
if you ask anybody, if you go into a hospital, you're going to hear some curse words. It's not the most godly place, unfortunately, even though, Christians are really the ones who, because of Christ, go out and serve others. That's how hospitals and everything.
Right.
But anyway, going into sitting, you tell, just it takes a very special person, I believe, to do that job and to sit with someone. And the stories that you would tell me, oh no, you probably don't want to share any.
If you want me to, I'll share some.
Don't share the real bad one.
The real bad.
Real bad.
I mean, shoot. Which one you want me to
So
share?
think about it. So you'd sit with Alzheimer's patients. You'd sit with, unfortunately, suicidal people.
Yeah.
Which was very sad. And you and me would talk about that,
Very
which
sad.
is very sad. And it could be very young to very old.
I've sat with all ages. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could just share a story, really any of them.
So another part of like nursing and like why I wanted to be a nurse that I didn't share was just that it is also such a great opportunity to minister to people. I mean, like you said, there's people who are just in it for the money. And I feel like you cannot do this job well if you're in it for the money.
Yeah.
Like there has to be more. Your heart has to be the hands and feet of Jesus to people. And what better opportunity than on their worst days when they're feeling at their worst, like you can be that light. And being a patient sitter gave me many opportunities to do that. There's so many. I can't even hardly just pick one. An example, I sat with a lady in the ICU. She was unfortunately suicidal. She had said some things that she was feeling and thinking the night before, and that caused the nurses, to feel like, okay, let's get a sitter to be with her. I don't think she should be alone. She had just had a surgery to remove one of her legs. And she was a very miserable person, and she could be very not nice to people. But the longer I sat with her, and she was... as lovingly as I can say, very high maintenance. She wanted everyone to do everything for her. And for me, like, I kind of was just her servant for the day. And she's like, get me this, I need this. Well, don't do that, sit there. And the whole time I'm just trying to be just as calm and as kind as possible. And throughout the day, I noticed she was getting softer towards me, and the way she spoke to me was kinder and kinder compared to like other people that came in the room. Like she was treating me with more respect throughout the day, because honestly I was like, you know what, I gotta get through this shift, and she's dealing with a lot right now, so I'm just gonna be as nice as I can be and just help her in any way I can. And so I did what she asked, and I didn't mind kind of being pushed around for the day, and that's fine. By the end of the day, like, she was saying like, thank you so much for everything, and like she was sad to see me go, and it was just an opportunity to just like I said, just be the hands and feet of Jesus. Like he was pushed around by people, and he didn't mind being the humblest person in the room. So it was a good opportunity. That's just one though of so many stories of people and different things I've been through with that. But yeah.
And then also, of course, during this, it is you worked as a sitter through COVID as well. And so you were completely gowned up.
If I was sitting in a COVID room, I was
masked up, and poor Ellie, I'll just say it because it's not too embarrassing, but she would take a picture of her face, and because of the mask you had to wear, your whole face was indented everywhere and all red, and I always felt so horrible.
So bad. My nose was kind of rubbed raw, honestly, after sometimes. It was hard.
That was something, me thinking, I don't know if I could do it, because I just don't think I'd have the patience. I think I could totally serve, but if I start to feel like someone's just like being that way and they know how they're being, it would be hard for me. But that's why the Lord did not call me to be a sitter or a nurse.
Me just for a season.
Well, so we'll talk about that, just for a season. God sometimes allows things to happen just for a season. So you felt peace that the Lord was pushing you towards to be in nursing school. As all of this went along, and it was kind of just like another wall, and you somehow kind of jump over it, and then you go to the next spot, and there's just a bigger wall. What were your conversations with God like? What was the prayer like? What were you asking?
It was a lot of tears. I really felt like I was giving it my all, and I felt very rejected by leadership at the school. I felt rejected. I don't want to say I felt rejected by God, though, because I never felt, I wasn't angry with God throughout any of it. I kept telling him, like, you just got to tell me what to do. Like, I'm going to keep going for this as long as you push me towards it and as long as you keep opening doors.
Yeah.
And, you know, there were times I was like, Lord, I thought this is what you wanted me to do. Like, if I don't do this, what am I supposed to do? I had put all of my eggs in this basket.
Yeah.
We had put all our eggs in this basket, you know, like we were thinking like this great job opportunity, you know, a career that would have helped us be more financially stable as like time went on. Like, this is just so much we planned. And it was just very confusing. It was really confusing. I just didn't understand why I kept hitting these walls. And I just kept feeling pushed somewhat by people around me too, to just keep going. And I know in their hearts, it was in their hearts to help me and to, but I think I got so caught up in the pushing and thinking like, I just have to keep going. Like, Lord, like you haven't said no, so I'm just gonna keep going. I really lost myself in all of it. I lost myself. So a lot of time just asking, Lord, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And eventually I just felt that peace. Like, okay, I can be done.
Yeah.
Like, it's over. It's done. There's nothing else. I have done everything I can possibly do. And then it was just like, he just was like, okay, it's okay. Yeah. And then I was done with it.
And it's true. Many times when it got to the point of, okay, I don't think it's going to be, you're going to continue and you're going to be able to finish this out. And so then it is, all right, if we both believe that the Lord called you to this and allowed this to happen, then it's for some reason. And even if that means not finishing, then that time that, you know, someone could say from the outside, time wasted.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was wasted. I think it was like we said, it was a season. It was a season for something. And we still don't even know.
Yeah.
I will say that because of nursing school and you sitting with people, very greatly has helped our lives in medical scheme of things with like our 1-year-old boy, baby Callum.
Almost, yeah.
Almost in a few days. And just like with me or families or anything like that, you know a little bit more. You know how to handle things a little bit better.
Yeah.
Things that I have no idea about, which is so crazy. But just what the Lord can use. And was it just for a season of just being in it for, I don't know, just standing to your own conviction? Could have just been a test. I don't know.
Yeah.
And one day we can ask the Lord. Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's in that time, it did feel like I wasted all this time.
Yeah.
Like when I had lost myself and when I was just struggling with my identity. Because I had 100%, I had made nursing my identity. Like, if I don't do this, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't see where my life is going. Like, this has to be it. And that's why it was just, it felt like I've wasted all this time. I've wasted all this money. Like, what are we going to do? But God's not wasteful. And I know this. And like you said, we still don't really know why he let us go through all of that. Because as a couple, I mean, you're having to walk through this with me as my husband. And you're seeing me questioning who I am. And like, all I could talk about was nursing school. And people were asking me about it all the time because so many people knew I was in nursing school. So I was constantly talking about it. And it was just always on the forefront of my mind. And so you're having to walk through that with me as my husband. It's like, my wife doesn't know who she is anymore. It's like, so it was really hard. And we still don't know why. But like you said, like, if it was all just for God to let us go through it and see, will they stand where I've planted them? Like, will they move? Will they buckle under the pressure? If it was just for that, then it was worth it. I think that we're both better for it. I know that I'm better for it. It taught me a lot about not placing my identity in earthly things. My pop-up, one of his favorite verses and things that he talked about was seek first the kingdom, Matthew 6. And all these things will be added to you. And so it's like, we're not going to put our treasure in earthly things. It's just a job. It's not who I am. It's just a job. And that's okay. Like, there's so much more to make us rich in life here and rich in life in eternity. So many more important things. So I was able to kind of, that helped me move past that. Like, there's so much more than this. So, but yeah, we don't know why.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And I mean, it took a while, which is completely understandable. Just like you said earlier, you put kind of all the eggs in one basket.
Yeah, I was heartbroken.
Of course. And also in a season that we've never had to go through before. I mean, I've never had to do it personally, and I don't think you have either. And then together with asking God for an answer and him not really giving anything. And for a year or more, longer, and just thinking, even though I guarantee if we looked back now, we could say, okay, he was there then, he was there then. But while we were in it, it was just like, why is everything silent? What is this for? What does this mean? Of course, there's many people detailed in scripture of they don't get an answer. Some people never got an answer. We don't know why. And again, everybody's completely different with their convictions. I think through the Holy Spirit, you need to listen to your own conviction. I think everyone can be convicted with something different. And I think that is because of the Holy Spirit and because God is a loving Father and he knows us better than anybody else. And he will convict us in different ways, in ways to help us, to encourage us, even though sometimes it might be painful. Kind of going to identity. I don't remember the exact time that it was brought up of, I think this has become your identity, which is kind of like a bombshell moment, I think, for both of us. Because of course it's, you're newly married, trying to work, trying to make money, going through school, trying to figure things out. At the time, we were living in a fifth wheel camper to save money, to build up cash instead of renting something or going crazy or whatever. And so we're in this time of, we've kind of set all these things up for this and it's not working out. Well, okay. We got to come to a point that even if it doesn't work out, that's okay.
Yep.
God still sees us.
Yep.
But of course, you're doing it for quite some time and you put so much energy into something. But I 100% believe that the Lord has, if he hasn't already redeemed, he will redeem
right.
All of that time. And like I said, just I know nothing about when it comes to like what medicine to take, this to do, how to wrap this, how to help this or whatever, but you do. And the Lord has blessed us very much with that for me and Callum and everybody. So.
And when I look at Callum and this time that I get with him, I wouldn't have this if I was a nurse.
Exactly. So now talk about what do you do now, Ellie?
What I do now.
Living the dream.
So I am very blessed that I get to basically be a stay-at-home mom for the most part, honestly. I work at a hair salon, and I'm apprenticing there actually. I have to get so many hours in before I can sit for my boards and get my cosmetology license. So hit me up if you need a hair done.
Ellie cuts my hair as well.
I do. Yeah, I do.
She also does men cuts.
I'm getting better at those. I'm getting better at them. But yeah, so I work there and I apprentice there. And I only work like 1 to 2 days a week, but the rest of the time I get to be with our son at home. And I would not trade that time for anything.
Yeah.
I give major props to the moms and the dads, because I look at you and how much you love our son, and you have to go to work every day to provide for us. And you do that without complaining every day. So the people that have to leave their little babies to go and provide for their families and do what God's called them to do, I give major props, because now that I've gotten a taste of it, I'm like, I don't know how I don't want to leave him. I never like leaving him. I miss him right now.
Yeah.
So I'm very blessed.
I'm very blessed. It's a good life.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I really don't have anything after that. We just wanted to, of course, we already did the first podcast, so this was just telling this little snippet into our lives. Yeah. And you don't have to agree with every single thing that we said.
Yeah.
Definitely not. This is not a podcast where you have to take everything. That's okay. This is a line I've used many times, and poor Ellie, she's had to hear it many times. But someone shared this analogy of, if you hear someone talking, say you're in the congregation, you're listening to a preacher, and maybe you don't agree with everything that he's saying, but there are some good things. He said, just imagine it like you're eating a piece of fish with bones in it. Every now and again, you just got to spit a bone out, but keep eating. Don't just throw it all away. Mm-hmm. And I'm a big believer in, I think you can learn something from every single person, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I love it. Part 2, what do you think? Would you do a part 3?
Part 3? I don't know that we even...
Maybe one day we could do a part 3 and just funny stories.
More funny stories. We have lots.
We do have lots.
Yeah.
And by the next time we do it, we'll have probably funny stories about Callum and all of his stuff.
He's a funny guy.
He's a funny guy.
He's a pretty guy.
He only says 2 words, but he's good.
He's getting better at it. He's close to dada. He's close to saying dada.
Yeah, but hey, whatever. All good. Well, we thank you guys so much for watching another episode. It comes out bi-weekly, every other Friday. Of course, just keep sharing it with others. We have so many different testimonies and a lot more to come. So thanks so much. Have a good one.